Hi, this is Stephen Foskett from Gestalt IT, and we are here checking out a new accessory. I got one of these kind of phones the other day, and I love the idea of wireless charging because it's hard to sometimes fumble the little lightning thing. I know, first world problems. But it's cool to just be able to slap it down onto a wireless charging mat during the day, when you're at work or whatever, keep it at full charge. That's how the battery lasts longest. So I got an email from Choetech the other day. They said that they wanted me to check out their wireless charging pad. And so I said, sure, yeah, let me take a look at it. Those of you who don't know, so the Apple iPhone 8 and iPhone 10 support the Qi wireless charging standard at either 5 watts or 7.5 watts. Qi was one of a competing set of standards, and now it seems to have won thanks to Apple. Apple recommends a Belkin wireless charger that costs about $60, which is really, really expensive. So I was looking for something cheaper. This Choetech unit, T511, this guy retails for about $20, a little over $20. So let's see what it is. Let's take a look at it. The reviews so far are that it works and is cheap, which I guess is probably a good way to put it. So the box is nice enough, designed by Choetech, made in China. I have a feeling that designed in China would be appropriate as well. Let's set this aside. So here's what we've got inside. We have a, oh, look at that, cute little panda bear thing. We have a trifold manual, and we have the unit itself. This guy doesn't come with the USB charger. It only comes with a micro USB cable, and they do recommend in their instructions that you use the provided cable. I have a feeling that that's not anything to do with this cable. I think that it's just that some micro USB cables are garbage, and they don't want you to use one of those if you're going to be sending about an amp over it. So here we go. So here's the unit itself. It is very small. It comes in this little funky little bag. It is pretty lightweight, but not quite as lightweight as I was worried about from the reviews. The reviews have said that it felt cheap and light. Frankly, considering how small it is, it actually has a nice weight to it. The top is plasti rubber, maybe non-slip, maybe not. It's got these little feet, these are nice little rubbery feet on the bottom. It says that this is a 5-watt output. I found it very confusing because if you look up the T511, you'll see that it says variously 5 watts, 7.5 watts, 10 watts, depending on where you're looking. This is a new version, which there's at least 3 different boxes that say new version on them. I don't know which one you're going to get. This one specifically says 5-watt output, input 2 amp. So maybe this is the 5-watt limited one. Maybe it's the 7.5 watt. I don't know. We'll see. So let's try it out. Now again, it doesn't come with a power brick. I prefer to use these really nice, well-designed Apple power bricks with USB devices, especially high-powered ones. You know, you just don't know what you're going to get when it comes to power. So we will use a good one with it. Let's just plug this in. Pretty standard looking cable. It's got some heft to it, so I guess it's probably capable of, an amp or 2. There we go. And let's see if it works. Ready? It didn't work. Oh, there it goes. Now it's working. One of the reviews as well said that you have to be careful about exactly where you put the phone on it, that sometimes you can, if you have it a little off, and this is a problem. This is a thing with Qi, not necessarily with Choetech. So for example, there it's not charging. There it's not charging, but right in the middle it is. So I can't tell whether it's charging at high speed or low speed. I can't tell whether it's doing a good job. I can tell that the charging indicator is on, and that's always a good sign. So I'm going to say that it works. I wanted to compare it with something else. I'm going to bring in a ringer here. This is the Insignia Qi wireless charger that you can get at Best Buy. It retails for $39.95 or whatever. So it's about twice as expensive as this one, but about $20 cheaper than the one that Apple recommends. This guy comes with a charger brick, comes with a cable. and charges at up to 10 watts. I have confirmed that it charges the iPhone at 7.5 watts. I have a suspicion that this guy's going to charge the iPhone at 5 watts, but I'm actually not all that concerned about that because essentially, you know, you're going to leave your phone on this thing for a while during the day. You know, you're going to put it on your desk and you're going to leave your phone on it. And it's nice to have just a little trickle charge. I don't feel like fast charging is a real benefit. And most of the tests that I've seen have shown that 7.5 watt charging versus 5 watt charging really doesn't impact overall charging time much at all. Comparing these two units, though, I do want to point out a couple things. Number one, again, people said that the Choetech one felt cheesy and cheap. It actually feels heavier than the Best Buy Insignia one, which is interesting. Number two, the Best Buy one has vents all around it. Qi charging can get warm, and I like the fact that they have this thing vented a little bit. This guy doesn't have any apparent vents, but at 5 watts, it's probably not going to get that warm anyway. The third thing I really liked about the Best Buy is that it's got this kind of tacky ring on the bottom to keep it from moving around. It actually holds still pretty well. This guy has the same kind of tacky stuff on it. This has a stickier, rubberier top on it, so the phone's less likely to move around. But overall, I'd say that these two are pretty comparable devices, and considering this one costs twice as much, I'm willing to give this one a try. So this is the Choetech T511 Qi wireless charger. Seems to work with the iPhone 10, and if you check back on gestaltit.com, maybe we'll do a follow-up and tell you how it works in the long term.